Feeling stuck? Well, you're not alone. Millions are trapped in a system designed to keep them poor. Have you ever felt like you're running on a treadmill, working harder and harder, but, honestly, going nowhere? You're constantly chasing paychecks, struggling to pay bills, and never seem to get ahead. This feeling, my friend, is the reality for millions trapped in a system designed to keep them poor. It's a rigged game where the odds are stacked against you, and the finish line seems perpetually out of reach. But here's the good news. You're not alone. Every day, more and more people are waking up to a harsh reality that has been hiding in plain sight for generations. As the sun rises and the city comes alive, millions of us join the daily grind, shuffling through crowded streets and packed subway stations, our faces etched with fatigue and worry. We move through life on autopilot, following a script that was written long before we were born, rarely stopping to question if this is truly the only way. For decades, we've been told that the traditional path, working a 9-to-5 job, saving every spare penny, and simply hoping for the best, is the key to a secure and prosperous future. But as the cost of living rises and wages stagnate, more people are realizing that this path often leads not to prosperity, but to a life of mediocrity and constant financial anxiety. The dream of financial freedom seems to slip further away with each passing year, replaced by the reality of mounting bills, endless work hours, and the nagging fear that we're just one emergency away from disaster. The truth is, the system we live in thrives on keeping us in the dark. It's designed to keep us busy, distracted, and unaware of the invisible chains that quietly hold us back. These chains aren't made of metal, but of debt, misinformation, and a culture that rewards conformity over creativity. We're taught to accept limitations, to believe that struggle is normal, and to never question the rules of the game. But it doesn't have to be this way. It's time to break free from the shackles of this rigged game. It's time to challenge the status quo, to question the narratives we've been fed, and to reclaim our power. The first step is awareness, seeing the system for what it truly is, and recognizing that we have the ability to change our own story. We must expose the system that keeps so many people trapped in a relentless cycle of debt and financial struggle. This cycle isn't just about money. It's about time, energy, and the dreams that get put on hold year after year. It's about families forced to make impossible choices and individuals who feel powerless to change their circumstances. But this isn't about blaming the system or wallowing in frustration. It's about understanding how the system works, so we can outsmart it. It's about learning new skills, seeking out knowledge, and building strategies that allow us to create a better future, not just for ourselves, but for our families and generations to come. When we educate ourselves and support each other, we can break the cycle and open doors to new opportunities. This is about taking control of our financial destinies and building a life of abundance, not just subsistence. It's about making choices that empower us, investing in our growth, and daring to dream bigger than the limits imposed on us. The journey won't always be easy, but with determination, knowledge, and a willingness to break free from old patterns, we can create a future filled with hope, security, and true prosperity. From the moment we step into a classroom, the system begins its subtle work. We're taught to memorize facts, follow instructions, and strive for good grades, all essential skills for a compliant workforce. But where are the lessons on financial literacy, entrepreneurship, or wealth building? They're conspicuously absent, replaced with subjects that often have little practical application in the real world. Why? The education system seamlessly feeds into the workforce machine, where the cycle of financial dependence continues. We're encouraged to find so-called stable jobs, often with the promise of a pension and benefits, but these promises are becoming increasingly rare in today's gig economy. We're taught to trade our time for money, working long hours to make ends meet, with little time or energy left to pursue our passions or build wealth. To further solidify its grip, the system perpetuates an illusion of success, a carefully crafted mirage that keeps us striving for more, even when we have enough. We're bombarded with advertising that tells us we need the latest gadgets, the biggest houses, and the fanciest cars to be happy. Consumerism becomes the norm, and we find ourselves trapped in a never-ending cycle of wanting and spending. Imagine this. You're scrolling through your social media feed, and suddenly, a sleek, shiny new phone appears on your screen. Everyone seems to have it. It's the latest model, with all the bells and whistles. You didn't even realize you wanted a new phone, but now you can't stop thinking about it. This, my friends, is the siren song of consumerism, and it's designed to keep us perpetually trapped in a cycle of spending and debt. We're told from a young age that education is the key to success, the golden ticket to a brighter future. And while education is undoubtedly important, the system has cleverly disguised a trap within this noble pursuit: student loan debt. Millions of young people, eager to learn and contribute to society, are graduating from university not with a sense of accomplishment, but with a crushing weight of debt hanging over their heads. Taxation without representation. Let's take a closer look at what this really means. Are we simply paying our fair share, contributing to the greater good? Or is there something more sinister at play? For many of us, the process of paying taxes feels like a one-way street. We hand over our hard-earned money, but rarely do we get a clear explanation of where it all goes, or how the rules are made. Is the system truly designed to serve everyone equally, or are some of us being kept in the dark, left to navigate a maze that seems rigged from the start? You know, we all know the saying, nothing is certain but death and taxes. But have you ever stopped to wonder why taxes feel so inevitable, yet so mysterious? Every year, as the deadline approaches, millions of people scramble to make sense of complicated forms, deadlines, and deductions. The stress is real, and the pressure mounts as we try to avoid costly mistakes. But while we're busy worrying about getting it right, who's actually writing the rules? And who benefits the most from the way things are set up? But what if the very system of taxation, which is supposed to fund essential services and promote the common good, is actually being used to keep us financially suppressed? Imagine a system where the average person feels trapped, weighed down by obligations they barely understand, while others seem to move freely, unburdened by the same rules. It's almost as if the chains of taxation are heavier for some and barely noticeable for others. What if we're not being taught the rules of the game and are deliberately kept in the dark about loopholes and strategies that benefit the wealthy, while the rest of us are left struggling to keep up? The truth is, tax codes are often written in language so complex that only a select few can truly understand them. This creates a divide. Those with access to knowledge and resources can take advantage of hidden opportunities, while the majority are left guessing, hoping they haven't made a costly mistake. In the end, is this really a system of representation, or just another way to keep power in the hands of the few? Fear and loathing in the rat race. Why playing it safe keeps us from reaching our full potential? The system, honestly, it thrives on fear. Fear of failure, fear of risk, fear of the unknown. We're conditioned from a young age to play it safe, to follow the well-trodden path, even if it leads to a destination that doesn't light us up inside. We're told that a stable job with a regular paycheck is the ultimate goal, even if it means sacrificing our passions and dreams. Breaking free from the matrix. A glimpse into the next steps to financial liberation. We've uncovered the hidden mechanisms of the system, exposed the traps that keep us financially bound. And now, it's time for the most important part: breaking free. This isn't about tearing down the system, but about understanding it so well that we can rise above it, creating a life of abundance and freedom, on our own terms. It all starts with challenging the beliefs that keep you trapped. The first step to breaking free from any system of control is to, deprogram yourself from the limiting beliefs that keep you stuck. The system thrives on keeping us in a state of fear, scarcity, and dependence. It wants us to believe that we're not good enough, not smart enough, or not resourceful enough to create a better life for ourselves. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to money. Once you've started to shift your mindset, it's time to arm yourself with the knowledge and skills you need to navigate the financial world with confidence. Financial literacy is no longer a luxury. It's, honestly, a necessity for anyone who wants to break free from the system and create a life of financial freedom. Breaking free from the 9-to-5 grind means creating multiple paths to prosperity. One of the biggest mistakes people make is relying on a single source of income, especially a job they don't love. If your entire financial well-being hinges on a single paycheck, you're, incredibly vulnerable to economic downturns, unexpected expenses, and the whims of your employer. Question everything, challenge the status quo. Don't accept the script. Rewrite it to align with your values and aspirations. Breaking free from the system requires more than just financial knowledge. It actually requires a fundamental shift in perspective. We need to question everything we've been taught about success, happiness, and the so-called right way to live our lives. Building a community of support. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals on the path to financial freedom. Breaking free from the system can be a challenging journey, but honestly, you don't have to do it alone. Surrounding yourself with a supportive community of like-minded individuals can provide encouragement, accountability, and, inspiration. From corporate cubicle to creative entrepreneur. Sarah's journey to financial freedom. For years, Sarah felt trapped in the corporate grind. She had a good job with a steady paycheck, but she felt unfulfilled. Her creativity stifled by the demands of the 9-to-5. She longed for a different path, one where she could use her talents to make a real difference in the world. But the fear of financial insecurity kept her tethered to her desk. John graduated from university with a degree in engineering and, a mountain of student loan debt. He had always been a bright and ambitious student, but the weight of his financial obligations cast a shadow over his future, dictating his career choices and delaying his dreams. He felt trapped, forced to take a high-paying but unfulfilling job just to make ends meet. Maria grew up in a working-class family where money was always tight. Her parents worked hard their entire lives, but they never had the opportunity to build real wealth, living paycheck to paycheck and struggling to make ends meet. Maria was determined to break this cycle, to create a better future for herself and her children, one where financial security wasn't a constant worry. We've journeyed through the intricate workings of a system seemingly designed to keep us financially bound. We've exposed the subtle traps, the limiting beliefs, and the societal pressures that keep so many trapped in a cycle of debt and financial struggle. But let's be clear, the system isn't broken. It's working exactly as intended. The journey to financial freedom begins with a single, courageous step: reclaiming your mind. Before you can change your circumstances, you must first change your perspective. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of purpose, knowing that you are in control of your destiny. This journey is not just about money. It's about transforming the way you see yourself and the world around you. It's about realizing that you have the power to shape your future, no matter where you're starting from. Every great transformation starts with a decision to no longer accept the status quo, to challenge the beliefs that have held you back, and to step into a new chapter of your life with confidence and determination. It's about shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance, from fear to possibility, from dependence to empowerment. When you start to believe that more is possible, you open doors that you never even knew existed. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You start to trust in your ability to create, to build, and to thrive. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but with every small step, you move closer to a life filled with hope and potential. Remember, abundance is not just about wealth. It's about having the freedom to make choices that align with your deepest values and dreams. It's about rejecting the limiting beliefs that have been ingrained in you and embracing a new narrative, one where you are the author of your own financial destiny. For too long, you may have been told that success is reserved for a select few, that your background or circumstances define your future. But the truth is, you have the power to rewrite your story. Every time you challenge a negative thought, every time you take a step toward your goals, you are reclaiming your power. You are proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. This is your chance to break free from the past and create a future that excites and inspires you. This is your wake-up call. Life is too short to live on autopilot, to let your dreams slip away while you wait for the right moment. The time to act is now. Every day you delay is a day you could be moving closer to the life you truly want. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back any longer. Wake up to your potential and seize the opportunities that are waiting for you. It's time to stop playing by the old rules and start creating your own. The world is changing rapidly, and the traditional paths to success are no longer the only options. You have the ability to carve out your own path, to define success on your own terms. This means letting go of outdated beliefs and embracing innovation, creativity, and resilience. It means being willing to take risks, to learn from failure, and to keep moving forward no matter what. It's time to invest in your financial education, to arm yourself with the knowledge and skills that will empower you to make smart decisions. Whether it's reading books, taking courses, or seeking out mentors, every bit of learning brings you closer to your goals. Financial literacy is the foundation of freedom. It gives you the confidence to manage your money, to grow your wealth, and to protect your future. Don't underestimate the power of education. It's the key that unlocks countless doors. To diversify your income streams, to explore new ways of earning and building wealth. In today's world, relying on a single source of income is risky. By developing multiple streams, whether through side hustles, investments, or entrepreneurship, you create security and open up new possibilities. Each new venture is a chance to learn, to grow, and to move closer to financial independence. Remember, every small step counts, and over time, these efforts compound into real, lasting change. And to build a life that is aligned with your values and aspirations. True wealth is about more than just money. It's about living a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. Take the time to reflect on what matters most to you. Set goals that inspire you and create a vision for your future that excites you. Surround yourself with people who support your dreams and make choices that bring you closer to the life you want to live. It's time to break free from the shackles of the system and step boldly into your power. The systems and structures that have held you back do not define you. You have the strength to overcome any obstacle, to rise above any challenge. This is your moment to claim your freedom, to stand tall, and to show the world what you're capable of. Don't let anyone or anything hold you back from pursuing your dreams. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. There are countless others who are walking this path with you, facing similar challenges and striving for similar goals. Together, you can support and uplift each other, sharing knowledge, encouragement, and inspiration along the way. Community is a powerful force. When you connect with others who share your vision, you multiply your strength and resilience. There is a growing community of like-minded individuals who are committed to creating a better future, one where everyone has the opportunity to succeed. These are people who believe in abundance, in possibility, and in the power of collective action. By joining forces, you can create real, lasting change, not just for yourself, but for your family, your community, and the world. One where financial freedom is accessible to all. Imagine a world where everyone has the tools, resources, and support they need to thrive. This is not just a dream. It's a vision that is within reach if we work together and support one another. Financial freedom is not a privilege reserved for a few. It's a right that everyone deserves. Connect with them, support each other, and share your journey. Collaboration and connection are the keys to unlocking new opportunities and overcoming challenges. When you lift others up, you rise together. Don't be afraid to reach out, to ask for help, and to offer your support in return. Together, you can achieve more than you ever could alone. And together, let's build a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. This is your time. This is your life. Choose to break free, to step into your power, and to create the future you deserve. The path to liberation is open before you. Take that first step and never look back. Your journey starts now.